Welcome to Tokyosaurus. So what's up in Japan? Toei has finally released the first details on the upcoming Dragon Ball Super movie, and yes, the word Super is still in the title. The movie is slated to release at the end of this year on December 14th, 2018. So we'll all be waiting about 9 months from the end of Super to the release of this movie for our next dose of Dragon Ball Super. The first visual is just a poster of Goku with his power pole, which we really haven't seen him use lately, even in Dragon Ball Z, so it looks like it's going to be a reminder that this movie will delve into some of the older parts of the series unexplored previously, and Toriyama actually left a message on the official website for this upcoming Dragon Ball Super movie that will give you a pretty good idea of what to expect in terms of plot and timeline. So let's go through that message. This Dragon Ball Super film is the next story after the currently airing anime. So this pretty much confirms it. There is a continuation to the Super storyline, and it's going to be in this movie, and it's still going to have the word Super in the title, and not being the beginning to an entirely new series that some might have theorized. The story takes place after the climax of the Tournament of Power, where the fate of the universe was at stake and the short rest that follows. So I'm guessing this also gives us a little spoilery insight on how they're going to end the Dragon Ball Super anime. The fight is going to be over, and there is going to be a rest period to wrap things up. I don't think anyone expected Universe 7 to be erased, so not much of a spoiler, but now at least we know that they're not going balls to the walls for the entirety of episode 131. The story will go into previously unexplored topics regarding Frieza and the Saiyans, as well as a long-awaited strong opponent to overcome. Toriyama thinks it will be a very enjoyable story. So in other words, this opponent they're going to be exploring in the next movie is someone we already have met, and fans have long awaited for this opponent to fight Goku. A promise of fan service with an opponent that we all wanted more of? Who could this be? Now keep in mind it's a strong opponent and specifically not a strong villain, so anyone could be up for grabs at this point. I have no idea who it could be right now, but after seeing Jiren, who is also a strong opponent that is not a villain, it seems like they're going to continue with that trend in this movie. But why don't you guys let me know down in the comments below who you want to see Goku fight in the next movie. Now this brings up a few questions. Is this opponent going to be in the timeline of Frieza and the Saiyans from back then, or is it going to be in the current timeline with Goku having mastered Ultra Instinct? Because if it's in the current timeline, then the opponent would probably have to be stronger than Jiren, and as far as I know, there aren't that many opponents that can fight on that level aside from the God of Destructions themselves, the Angels, or even the Grand Priest. Now I really don't think the Grand Priest will be part of the picture until Goku at least have fought a few other God of Destructions, because after all they did introduce an entire roster of characters that we haven't exactly got to see much of in action. I really hope the opponent will be part of the current timeline, as I'm sure most of us would love to see two fighters, both with Ultra Instinct mastered, battling each other. Now from 2013's Battle of Gods and the last film Resurrection F to the current film, Toriyama has been carefully writing and also drawing a lot of designs. While he still doesn't have the time to serialize manga, he does have time to think about the anime which used to be out of his hands. So he says, please look forward to it. So he's saying he now has more time to think about how the anime is going, which sounds like a sort of confirmation that we'll be getting more of Dragon Ball Super anime. Or he could be just talking about the movie here and we don't get any more Dragon Ball Super. But he continues with, by the way, while the TV anime is over for now, Toyotaro's manga will be continuing. He thinks the manga will have different developments from the anime and the film, so please look forward to it. So it seems like the film is going to be going in a different direction than what Toyotaro has planned for the manga. How different, no one can really say at this point, but it seems like it has the approval of Toriyama, so it can't be that bad. And the manga has proven itself to have better writing than the anime time after time, so it does have a good track record so far. Now here is some good news. The director for this upcoming film is Tatsuya Nagamine, who is one of the two directors for the latest Universe Survival arc. You should have noticed by now that the quality of the animation has gone up considerably in the latest arc, and it's definitely thanks to the two new directors that came on board at the beginning of the Universe Survival arc. So if you've enjoyed the Universe Survival arc, it's almost a guarantee that you will also like this upcoming movie. If we take a closer look at the poster again, you would also notice that Goku looks a little different than how he looks currently in the anime. This is probably because we have a new art director on board and also a new key animator, so do expect a change in the art style and animation. Other than that, that's all we got for now with the upcoming Dragon Ball Super movie slated to release on December 14th later this year. What do you guys think of how this movie sounds so far? And who do you want to see as our long-awaited opponent in this next movie? I personally would love to see Beerus go all out against Goku with Ultra Instinct mastered, but as usual, let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. Don't forget to drop a thumbs up before you leave, subscribe, and hit that bell for notifications if you want to be updated with the latest that's going on in Japan. and I'll see you guys in the next one.